Hey, Tina. How are you? Are you on Twitter? Is that where you're at? Just come over here to Apps TV. Apps.tv. Yeah. Come on over. How are you anyway? Okay, well, I'm going to start this here. That one is one. This one is one. There. Okay. So I was just looking on YouTube, and I found these cool different sports for blind people, since nobody believes that there's blind sports. Like this one here is a blind runner. Let's see what this one, how long is this one? This one is 8 years ago. So 2013. Never seen blind tennis before or heard of it. Let's see what this one's about. Let's click on that. Well, I didn't do much good, did it?
This video has been put together to raise awareness of tennis for the blind and visually impaired. Blind tennis is an exciting sport played on smaller courts with audible balls and tactile lines. It can be played on tennis courts, in school halls and centres, and is a great opportunity for blind, partially sighted and sighted people to play tennis together. There is something for everybody, from recreational opportunities through to competitive play at a local, national and international level.
For the totally blind players, they have a smaller court, same courts but smaller, and we measure that out with a tactile rubberized baseline which they can feel with their feet, they can feel with their racket, and we demarcate the outside of the court and the center part of the court. One additional change to the court is that for the totally blind, we drop down the net by about 7 or 8 centimeters. The tactile lines are important, but that's simple. We tape that down. Then we can just use a simple cane, which I've got from my garden shed. Anybody could actually set that up. And this is what we do on a regular basis. So we're straight on court, quickly on court, and then straight off court without too much wasted time.
Visually impaired people tend to use a shorter racket because the courts are smaller, they're easier to handle, shorter strokes, low bouncing ball. A regular sighted tennis ball tends to bounce higher. The VI, or visually impaired tennis ball, is foam based. Generally speaking, lower sighted players tend to wear a mask just to ensure a level playing field. So if they have any vision at all, they have an advantage over their opponent. The etiquette for serving is the server says ready, the receiver says ready, the server says play, and then hits the ball. The key differences across the sight classifications are blind players play with 3 bounces, the majority of players play with 2 bounces, and some players play with 1 bounce.
For more information, please visit metroblindsport.org.
Yeah, that's my baseball cap for the
The Ontario Blind Sports Association is passionate about the development of blind sports for athletes, coaches, and officials. We help provide opportunities for participants of different ages and abilities in a variety of sports. Being physically active is important for everyone, and OBSA works hard to ensure anyone can be active in sports no matter what their visual ability. People with a visual impairment or who are blind can and should play all kinds of sports. Often, it only requires minor modifications to the sport to allow for participation. In this video, you'll hear from athletes and coaches from 6 different sports about their experiences.
When I run track, I run with a guide, and he's basically helping me stay in my lane and get me to the finish line. The guide himself will be talking to me throughout the whole race. He would say 4 strides to the turn, and then I would have to take 4 strides and then turn. And then when we were off the turn, he would say home straight. So then that means I have to pick up and run from there, basically. So maintain speed and also staying in my lane at the same time.
I won a couple medals at Parasport for 100 meter, 200 meter, and long jump. There's a bit of more of a barrier because of the fact that we may have an impairment. But other than that, it's basically the same thing.
I say teachers and coaches needs to really listen to us and what we had to say about ourselves before they judge us.
I really get a lot out of swimming. It's a form of a sport where I don't have to rely on someone to guide me. I can just get in the water and feel completely independent and free.
You are visually impaired.
Blind competitive swimming is just like regular swimming, except for 3 modifications. I have a tapper, so basically I'll get tapped on the shoulder so I know it's time to turn.
Yeah, I haven't tried blind tennis either. Oh, you very.
I'm allowed to brush my hand along the lane rope every few strokes so I know I'm going straight. I have to wear blacked out goggles. That's because there are 3 categories of blind swimmers. Basically makes it a level playing field. It's something that I'm good at, and I feel completely free. I'm in that pool, just swimming straight ahead and going for it.
Judo is the perfect sport to be adapted for the visually impaired and totally blind.
Yeah, I saw you.
The main difference is you start with grips. In blind judo and able-bodied judo, you don't. And once a grip is broken in blind judo, the referee will stop the fight and call both people back to the center.
I've been in judo for 20 years. I like the discipline. I like the confidence that it gives me.
I started off in wrestling, and from there on, I transferred over to judo, and it really teaches you a lot of self-discipline. It builds character.
I like the competitiveness, the challenge of always trying. There's always something new to learn.
I just go out there and fight. That's all I do. I do my best to listen to my coach and follow instructions and do my best strategically for winning each fight.
In blind powerlifting, it's the exact same as able-bodied powerlifting, except for the fact that the coach is allowed to assist the lifter onto the platform and to have them set themselves up. In some ways, it's no different than working with an able-bodied lifter, and in some ways, it's totally different. You have to do a lot of hand over hand, a lot of you can't just do a demonstration where you say, "Oh, watch me squat. This is how you squat." You actually have to manipulate their body sometimes into the positions. When you squat, you focus on a point in the sky, normally to keep your head up, keep your shoulders back, keep your back up. A blind lifter can't look into the sky, so they have to focus in their brain on a spot higher than themselves.
I've been working with Sheldon since '95, and he's really helps me out with the technique and make sure I'm doing the lifts right and properly and safely and all that.
Okay.
The best part is when you're done the workout and you've had personal bests, and like it makes you feel good that you accomplished more than you did last day you were in the gym.
Powerlifting isn't for everyone. Powerlifting is a very dangerous sport. However, if you learn the proper techniques, become knowledgeable of the sport, surround yourself with other knowledgeable people, take your time and lift within your limits, it's a great sport that most people can enjoy for a lifetime. One more.
I get nervous before I get on the mat. I get really, really nervous. I'm just thinking that I'm not good enough. This person is going to beat me, but I don't let that intimidate me anymore.
The entire cord is taped off so that we can feel it, because everybody wears a blacked out eye shades so that everyone's on the same level. Everyone's totally blind.
Sport is good. Like, it's fun. It's a great thing to be a part of. It's
Trying to
just
figure this stuff out
anyone
here. I
and
don't
everyone should have the
understand.
opportunity to get to play, and whether you're visually impaired or not, or have another disability, it is so great to get out there and play a sport.
The OBSA hosts many
I think I have
programs
to.
that support blind athletes, such as the Summer Sports Camp and Sports Clinic. We also educate communities across Ontario on how to adapt sports for people with a visual impairment. We're always looking for participants, so if you're interested, become a member of OBSA and help us drive the development of blind sports. For more information, visit our website at blindsports.on.ca or email us at info@blindsports.on.ca. Thanks for watching.
I'm Matt, and this is how I. I'm Matt, and this is how I'm going to hit the field goal. I'm Matt, and I'm going to throw a football through a tire. I'm Matt, and this is how I score a goal in hockey. This is Matt, and I'm going to strike. I'm Matt, and I'm going to be shooting this over. I'm Matt, and I'm going to throw a strike. I'm Matt, and I'm going to dominate this on three.
I don't know if this guy's blind or not. Well, let's try a different video because I'm not sure about that one. I don't know if that guy's visually impaired or not. Okay, let's look at a couple other. Okay, so this is goal ball here. This is 10 years ago. Here's blind baseball. There's blind tennis, which we already saw. Visually impaired archers. Let's see what this one is. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but hopefully. Oh, yeah. No, of course, we have to wait for the advertisement, so we'll just go back and skip it. Skip it.
Visually impaired archery is basically about archery, like everybody would do, but just with maybe a little bit of a disadvantage of having less sight. Visually impaired people have got an extra, how should we say, addition to their equipment, and it's a tactile frame. We aim naturally by our sight, so to help the visually impaired archer, they have a tactile frame with a touching device, which comes on the back of their hand. They align their body just like anybody else. Their left hand or right arm goes out, touches the tactile device, that tells them they're in line with the target. Everybody has to work on individual technique with reference points, exactly the same with visually impaired archers. We've got visually impaired 1, totally blind guys who are classified B1, B1.
I think I might need to invite. No, you're already invited.
You know, the agent and the archer relationship is super important. You know, without the agent, and it's equally a team, okay? Without the agent and the archer together, working together closely, it wouldn't work. You know, the agent is responsible from behind just to tell the archer in the competition where the arrow is landing. It's a challenge. And if you listen to most guys, if you talk to them after, why do you take up archery? Why do you take up visually impaired archery? Well, it's a challenge, isn't it? Why can't I do that?
I can't explain it. It's unbelievable. It's something I worked 15 years now for, and it's finally worked out for me, and I'm really happy.
It's just been a fantastic competition. I mean, the standards would be always just.
Why, hi there.
I don't know who you.
You're like, oh, that was creepy.
Some of these guys make it look easy.
Hi, Troy.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Is that too loud? Because I can't. It was echoing earlier. Now it's not echoing.
No, it's actually not loud enough.
They're trying to highlight the skill of alignment.
It's not loud enough.
Yeah, like your mic is low.
Okay.
To enable
with the
How about now?
when you were playing the video was really loud, but your voice when you talk, it's really low.
Okay, so my voice is low, but the video is good.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna go. Oh, I found you. Okay, I already bumped you up. The program, I bumped up the program volume. So go ahead, do a
Okay.
Test.
Okay, test.
Perfect. Yep, you're coming in loud and clear now. Got it.
So I was just looking on YouTube just a little bit ago. So that was blind archery. That one. I don't know what this one is here. But
This
you're a
one-
director, so I don't know if you can do anything.
I can like I can make it like the main screen. Oops, sorry, not that one. We're gonna put you first, and you for. Okay, why does it? Okay, there it goes. And then I think it's a commercial right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a commercial. How are you doing? What are you doing on a Friday night?
I'm just trying to promote Sports for the Blind. I got on. Have you ever heard of Shinecast?
Shinecast. No.
Yeah, it's Martin Shine and oh crap, I don't remember. Anyway, they were talking to Murphy this morning. CV Murphy, I think it was. No, to Revolution.
What? Oh,
Revolution. And I got onto that broadcast, and they never heard of blind baseball. That's a joke. Sports for the Blind. That's a joke. So I wanted to show them that there are different blind sports. I mean,
yeah.
There's blind tennis. I didn't even know there was blind tennis. I just found it on YouTube.
That sounds hard.
I don't, and then there's goalball, which is that one's been around. That was the first blind sport that was actually created for blind vets that came from the war back in 1942. I think it was.
Oh, so I got a question for you before you go on. Are you doing the HAPS challenge?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, because you have to hashtag it to activate it, right?
Yep, I did.
I don't see it.
It's not in the, because you can hashtag and you don't have to have it in your title. Because I hashtagged it and then I put in my title and then that's what it came up as.
So is this your first broadcast with the HAPS challenge?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It is.
I wonder if you can see it right now. So if you go to your phone.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to. I saw somebody I haven't talked to in a long time, but let's see.
Okay, so you're going to go to your phone. You're going to hit the little profile icon.
Down below, yeah.
Then you're going to right towards like towards the middle part is it's going to say show your support, and then there's a yellow bar that says, you know, sponsor Sports for the Blind. Beneath that, you can toggle between your posts and coins and rewards. So you want to go to coins and rewards, and it will automatically be at the top. It'll say 2021 Broadcaster Challenge Streak. Broadcaster Streak Challenge.
Do we have to go into settings?
Oh, okay. So start over. Are you on an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay. So go to your profile. See that little man on the lower right corner, that profile?
I'm on my profile.
Okay, go to profile. Then there's going to be like a yellow button. Do you see the yellow button that says sponsor?
No, I don't have a badge.
No, it's not a badge. It's a yellow. Oh, okay. You don't have a badge. Okay, got it.
No.
Okay, so there's a little toggle button. So you have your invite your friends, your custom invite link. Underneath that, one of the things says your post.
Rewards. I see it now.
Yeah,
Got
coins and rewards. Click on that and then scroll down just a little bit. And there's a whole entire thing, and it's going to be in green color. And it's going to say 2021 Broadcaster Streak Challenge. Do you see that on your end?
Yep. Got it.
Okay. So what does it say? Does it say one week in a row? Because if you're activated,
0 weeks in a row right now.
What does it say?
Now it says zero weeks in a
okay, 0 weeks in a row. That means you didn't meet the qualification just yet.
Yeah.
Are you multi-streaming?
No, not on my phone. No.
No. On this particular broadcast, are you multi-streaming on this broadcast?
Oh yeah, to Twitter and to YouTube and.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. And you've been on longer than 10 minutes. So now the last thing that you need to do is make sure that you have at least 250 live viewers. So currently,
I don't know.
If we click on this little eyeball over here, why is it not working? Okay,
on my screen.
Yeah, you know where on the chat where people are chatting, there's a little eyeball icon next to the little heart icon. I'm gonna go look on my phone.
Are you looking on your phone? I know where it is on my phone. I just don't know where it's at.
Oh, that's so weird. Why is your broadcast not coming up live? Let me restart my HAPS. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, I'm gonna go look again. I'm gonna go under trending. I'm gonna go see five more people. Yeah, we're live. You've been live for 30 minutes. Oh, there you are. Not working for me. It's not coming up live. Okay. So hey Alicia, Space Gal Alicia is here. Oh, he just booted himself. Uh-oh. He'll be back. No worries. Oh, Alicia, that button was working yesterday, but it's not working today. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a huge problem because you don't know how many people have watched your broadcast. Alicia, can I bring you up? Let's see if Troy comes back. Let's see if he knows that he can come back. You get 2 minutes. Clicking on that. Yeah, it was working last night. is not working today, but it was working last night. So how are you going to know? How are you going to
Okay,
know?
I'm back.
It was working. Yeah, 1 hour ago. Okay, he can see it. Well, it says that there's 104, but the 104 is the people that have looked at it and the people that have given you hearts. So it's a combination of. Oh, Troy, I invited Space Scout. This is Alicia. So she's going to be on the screen with us.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I was doing this with someone. I was in someone's scope, Ace Shadow. I was in his scope and it was working then. It must have just stopped working. So on Sports for the Blind, on his counter, since he's the person that's actually broadcasting, he can see the actual views, the live views. He doesn't see a combination.
I'm on the desktop and I don't see where that would be.
It's on the top above. It should be on the top up where underneath Broadcast Studio above the chat, top of the chat.
Oh,
it should
okay.
have
I see
it
that.
up there.
It says 21 live chats, and then it says the eyeball is 85, and then the hearts are 19, right?
Okay, so C is 104.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
So see, we do
104.
a combination. He sees it so that so when people tell you, just so you know, everyone's going to say, oh, you have 250. They're seeing a combination of the two added together.
Yeah.
So you just need to make sure that your eyeball has 250 before you shut it down.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
And not only that too, Alicia, sometimes you'll see like a little blue thumbs up. So the people that like, that's all going to be
the
like
reactions.
Yeah.
The reactions. But also I noticed that I've been catching, if your Periscope is not connected to your Twitter, those views are not counted. They're going to show up as Periscope views only.
Got it.
That's another thing I've caught as well.
What?
Those don't count. So always make sure it's your Periscope is connected to your Twitter account.
Yes.
Yeah, and I have, it says I have Twitter connected and Periscope connected.
Right.
On
So
app.
Joy, it is a combination of all your live views, but what you're seeing, Joy, what I want you to do, Joy, click on that number. Click on the number, whatever device you're on, unless you're on a desktop because it's not working, but on the phone it should work. If you click that, you scroll down to the bottom of that list and you'll see an eyeball, and that eyeball is the actual live views. Reactions are not counted for views. Reactions are a heart, a thumbs up, and you can see it there in it. So you're seeing a combination. You are getting the views, but Periscope views by themselves do not count. It's got to be connected to Twitter. Pablo's already explained this.
Right. And actually, Pablo just gave you a thumbs up. So you see, Troy, remember that little eyeball? So you see now there's an eyeball, a pink heart, and a thumbs up. Pablo just gave you a thumbs up. So that counts as 1. And then you have 19 people from Periscope that gave you hearts. And then you have 101 people that have watched you live. So you just got to hang in there for another half an hour, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
it says the eyeball
I can't say right now. I got to get Jesse from work in like 3 minutes.
Hi, Vanita.
Thank you,
Hey,
though.
Vanita.
Thank you for coming in. No, I appreciate it.
Oh, no, not a problem.
What was I going to say?
But now on my eyeball over here, it says 115 right now. So.
Right. So you're at 115. So see, the more people you keep adding, it's going to help you with viewers. So you're getting my live views.
But Alicia, I'm worried because Frank. So Alicia, I'm worried because he didn't hashtag Haps Challenge in his title, and they said that for the first time you have to.
But do you remember what he did? And I think I know because I do the same thing. I don't put it in my title, but there's a hashtag when you go live. If you click on the hashtag, there's a bunch that will pop up.
And
And then
that's
you
what I
hit Haps Challenge, Periscope, Go Live, Coffee, whatever. And another thing, and if Pablo's in here, I don't know if he's listening because I'm going to quote what he says because some people says, do you have to put that hash challenge in it? He said, we would like you to put it in there, but if you happen to forget, it's okay.
Yeah.
But you do want to, I think it's best because if you do have it in there, if someone searches that in the search bar, Haps Challenge, it's going to pop up. So you don't see, I have usually about 20 hashtags in my title and you don't ever see them. But if you search for one of them, you'll find it.
Yes.
Does that help?
It's
so I don't, you don't
just
use
before
that
where
option?
it says landscape or portrait.
Correct. Yeah.
That's where it's on the left of landscape or portrait.
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
in the settings.
Yeah, and you
Yes,
can go
you can
actually
change the
into
title.
them settings. You can actually go into them settings, and you can see. You're on your desktop, right?
Yeah.
If you go into your settings, look at your settings button on the left. You can see he has hashtag in there as Haps Challenge.
Haps Challenge. There
See,
you go.
he
Okay,
has-
I see it.
He does
I
have
see
it. That's the ones that are set up like if you hit that hashtag.
Okay,
That
got it.
hashtag symbol before you go live.
He's good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he's good.
Cool.
Yep.
Troy, you totally outsmarted me. I thought I was gonna like teach you something, but you just taught me something.
I'm just playing around here, so
And Alicia's just calling it out. Look, go open your eyes, go look.
Hey, I'll show you. I'll teach you. A lot of people, and I'm trying to go live on people's scopes because they're not understanding. They're saying, "Oh, you have 177 live views right now." No, you don't. Click on the. Oh, it works. It just worked. It just worked. I clicked on the eyeball. So you actually have 152. You have 100 more to go. And
It's working now. It's working.
it is
now.
working.
yeah,
Yep,
it's
sure is.
152 on my
But we all saw that when we clicked it, it didn't work.
It didn't
And now
work. It's working now. Murphy's Law. Sorry,
Man,
I came
this
in
is
the
like a
room.
woman on her PMS, man. She's moody. Hi,
So-
Dean. Todd.
All right,
and
y'all.
Chris.
It's 10:01. I gotta go get Jesse from work.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you.
Alicia. Thank you.
All right.
You.
All right. Hey,
Be safe.
are you gonna? Did you look into what we talked about earlier?
I sent you a DM. Did you get it?
No, I'm talking about the awards.
Yeah, I sent it. I sent it to you in a DM.
Okay, maybe. All right, I'll look again. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Hang
listen.
on. I'm not. Hang on.
Did you get it? Did you get it?
Yes, yes. Okay, yes. I didn't scroll up high enough. I'm bad. My bad. Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes, I got the
It's okay.
screenshot.
We're all here trying to help each other.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Bye,
No
everyone.
worries.
Thank you.
Be
Thank
safe.
you.
Be safe. Bye. Thanks, Alicia.
Bye. Bye-bye.
I'll
you,
stop
thank
by
you.
later.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Troy? I can't stay for too long. Husband actually just popped in here and he was like, eat, which means it's dinner time.
Oh, okay.
So I'm actually going to jump out, but you keep doing what you're doing and then invite Vanita up here. Do you want me to invite Vanita? She's real fun to talk
If you
to.
want. Yeah, if she wants to come up, that's fine.
Vanita.
I have my screen so enlarged that I have to scroll around on the screen to be able to see everything.
Do you want to invite Joy up here too?
Yeah, if Joy wants to come in. I know her from Periscope. I've been on her broadcast over there.
Yes, I remember Joy and all her amazing cooking shows that she had over on Perry. And if anybody else wants to be invited, you better let Troy know so that he can come get you. So I'm going to go ahead and drop down, but I'm going to leave my window up. I need to go, shove food in my face. And then I'll be back. But Troy,
Okay.
so far you're looking good. You are at 163, so you're on your way.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be
Okay.
back, you guys. Have fun.
Okay. 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 I don't know if Anita's gonna come in or it stopped again. I don't understand why that stopped. We both did. Oh well. Okay, Joy. You should be able to go out and then hit your go live, and then you should see a title right under where you can create your own live or broadcast, and then hit, it says blind sports, sighted people don't believe, or something like that. You click on that, and then you should come in. And I think I'm going to mute. Hey, there's Vanita. There you are.
Hey,
There you are.
you were gonna mute me?
I didn't mute you. I put you on screen.
How are
I don't know
you?
what I did with myself, though. Oh, am I on screen too? Oh, yeah, there I am. So I saw you driving today and talking,
Yes,
and you made it back home safely.
yes. I went to see my mom.
Yeah.
She's visiting from California. She's visiting my older sister, you know.
Oh,
So
okay.
just go down there, stay a few hours, and then I left. It was a long drive.
Yeah. Did your water heater get fixed today?
Yeah, I had to take a shower at my sister's house because my son is still going to fix it. It's that electric one you put on the wall, you know, and you take that old water heater out.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully it works better now. It's just some things he needs to fix, you know, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I took my shower today, so I'm good.
uh-huh. Well, that's good.
Mm.
I was just, I just saw you driving and stuff, and there's Joy. Let's see her. There's Joy. Where are you on the screen? There you are.
Yeah,
Is
sorry. I was trying to
voiceover
come
working
in.
for you on this, Joy?
Somewhat. It's kind of hit and miss.
Is
I
it?
know. Yeah. When I was trying to come on a minute ago, it actually crashed the app,
Oh, really?
so I had to
Yeah.
open it back up.
Hmm. Well,
Mm.
so Vanita, I've talked to. Have you ever heard of Martin Shine?
No.
Well, he was on a broadcast with Revolution this morning, and I was in there, and they were laughing at my name, Sports for the Blind. They were laughing at it. They're like, "What is that? A joke?" And I'm like, "No, we do blind sports. We do blind baseball, and there's all kinds of other blind sports that are out there. I just saw blind tennis. I didn't even know that existed, but apparently that does. And there's a whole lot of other blind sports out there, but a lot of people don't know about them. And the reason why we created this organization is because a lot of people go blind from diabetes. That's pretty much the number one cause of blindness is diabetes. So we created this, and we started with baseball, and then we changed to several other things. You know, we have blind bowling, we have cross country skiing, snowshoeing, cannon biking, hiking, all kinds of different stuff that we do now. Archery, but you know, a lot of people are I guess they don't think that blind people can do stuff like that. And
I'm sure.
as Joy knows, if you put your mind to it, anything, you can do anything. You just have to think on how to be able to do it. It's different than a sighted person, but you know, it's still, we still get it done.
Yeah, you also left out whitewater rafting and rock climbing.
Yeah, yeah, mm-hmm, yeah, yeah. We did the whitewater rafting. We were supposed to do it this year, but well, you know, this year's kind of messed up, or this last year. So we did that a couple times throughout the years, and so we do we do different things to get people active, so that they're not blind, even if they're sighted. I mean, they come with us and just to help out with our activities and stuff like that. So, do you do any sports, Joy, or not?
Actually, when I was in East Tennessee, I was the chapter president for the Northeast Tennessee National Federation of the Blind, and we would actually do bowling. We would have like little bowling tournaments and stuff, and we would even have sighted people join in, but they would actually wear the face shields or the mask.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because some of them actually started bowling better with the mask. So, you know, we always thought that was really funny.
No, we have one guy that we put a blindfold on, and our lane was right next to the wall. So he went to throw his ball, and his ball hit the wall instead of the lane. I thought for sure we were going to have to pay for a wall on that one. And he hit hard. It wasn't no soft thing. It was.
Well, we had one that actually, when they went to bowl, they somehow got turned sideways, and the ball actually went into the other lane. So
yeah, we had a.
Well, I'm going to go. I just want to say hello.
Okay.
And it's my bedtime. I'm way past it. I've been up since 3 nights, you know. So
yeah.
Bed. That's falling asleep, driving.
Okay, Vanita. I'll catch you later. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Joy, and
yeah, we had a little. Hey Vince, do you want to come in or what? You can, if you want, let me know. We had another gal. This was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Do you need me to hang up, Vanita, or you got it?
No, go ahead.
You want me to do it? Okay. Just a second here.
Please, thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Okay, I'm gonna.
Bye.
How do I get rid of it? I think she dropped. Yeah, she dropped. Okay. So this was a few years ago. We had this little, I mean, she was a little gal. She was a little Russian gal. She couldn't talk English, so she had an interpreter there. You know, her first time in the United States and all this stuff, and she would bowl, and she actually threw her ball, hit her lane, and then bounced over the rails and into the other lane. Yeah, pretty funny. But then this 2018, our city is part of some federal government thing that has to do with blind or disabled people that other countries come into our country and learn about disabled sports and stuff like that. So this group from Russia, there's one guy that was blind. He worked with blind people, and then the other people were not. One was in a wheelchair, but the others were okay. But they were all teachers of blind organizations up in Russia. So we showed them how to play blind baseball, blind soccer, blind kickball, stuff like that, you know. So it was kind of cool. I can't remember what it's called. I'd have to look it up on my documents, but that was pretty cool because, you know, they came down, you know, just to do that in Spokane, just to do that.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I know we actually moved to the Memphis area
Hello, Annie.
last year, just as everything shut down.
Bernie.
So I don't know what is in the area right now. I've not even looked. So
Yeah, we can't do anything right now anyway here in Spokane.
Yeah.
I mean, right now they opened up the bowling alley, and it's 32 lanes. They opened up the bowling alley from Monday through Friday, and only 6 people are allowed in the building.
6 people?
6 people. That's it. It's like, wow. They really want you to distance, you know, 32 lanes.
That don't even seem like it would be viable to have just 6 people in the building, you know, to open it up with employees and everything.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand it, but well, you know, that's just the way they have it, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so I know you've been talking to Pablo and Peter about voiceover and stuff like that on HAPS and stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have turned on my voiceover on my iPhone, and I did the scroll down with 3 fingers, and it reads it pretty decent. But it does, when the chat stops, it stops, of course.
Yeah. Well, I know yesterday I did a broadcast, and they have changed they've made a new user interface where the comments is supposed to be a little easier read.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is not, voiceover is not recognizing it at all. All it says is button, and I have to swipe either left or right to hear a comment. And when I'm cooking, that's not always easy to do.
Yeah.
You know, I may have my hands, you know, messy with food or whatever, but
Yeah.
you know, and Pablo was on my broadcast for a few minutes last night, and he was like, I'm making notes of it, you know, so I'll let him know, you know, what's going on. And luckily, you know, I've talked to him, and I talked to him on, what's today, Tuesday, and we were on a phone call. So, you know, they kind of know what's going on. I'll let them have feedback and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, they've been really helpful. You know, it's not like Periscope where I would be lucky if I got a form letter, you know, 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
But these guys actually seem to you know, really be on top of it.
Yeah, I've never had any communication with anybody on Periscope. I've emailed them, but I never got anything back.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to remember what her name was. I would email her, and then, you know, we would, you know, correspond back and forth, but then she actually left. So
Mm.
that kind of ended that. And I would be lucky if I got a form letter back. So
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're going to get it working better for visually impaired and blind people. It's just going to take a little time, I guess. But you can always a good thing about this is you can invite somebody and they can read comments for you.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So when you're cooking, you can always invite somebody and have them read your comments.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about it, right?
Oh, I know. It is taking getting used to. There's a lot of stuff on the screen. So it is a little cumbersome trying to figure out what is what, and because I've got some buttons that don't work at all. The next and previous have no idea what those were supposed to do, but they do not work. So I don't know.
That's weird.
Can you read your comments and stuff? Can you read those?
Right now, I'm on my desktop, my Mac, iMac, and I can read the comments, but I have the screen large, so I can't. I can either see I can only see portions of the screen, so I have to scroll around.
Yeah.
So if I get off of the comments, I can't. Of course, I can't see them. So
right.
But I don't use VoiceOver on my desktop, but on my iPhone, sometimes I do. I don't use them all the time. I usually use the Zoom. I don't know what your eyesight is, but mine is 2450.
Okay.
So, and it's always blurry. So,
right.
What normal people see at 450 feet, I could see at 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't have a lot of usable vision.
Yeah.
So.
Mine is called aniridia, and there's not very many people that have aniridia. There's very few. There's not very many cases, so
right.
I got the luck of the draw now. Anyway,
it had to be unique.
Yeah. Well, it has to be somebody.
I'm actually not very familiar. I'm not very familiar with that one, so.
Yeah, it's not very common. There's less than 200 cases a year, probably around 150 cases a year that is found, I guess, or discovered or whatever.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway.
I'm more trendy. I'm
You're
a little
more
more
what?
trendy. I'm a little more trendy. I have retinitis pigmentosa.
Oh, yeah.
Cane rod dystrophy.
Yeah, that one's common.
Yeah.
I work at the Lighthouse for the Blind over here in Spokane. We're a sister company of the Seattle Lighthouse for the Blind. Uh-oh, where'd she go? She left. She'll be back, hopefully. Uh-oh, you left.
Hi, it's me again.
There you are. Oh, no, it's me again.
Hi, it's me again.
Oh, okay. You Barry. Okay.
It's me again.
Okay. Well, I was talking to Joy and then she disappeared. So you're.
Oh, maybe her connection. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad connection.
Yeah, it could be her connection. Let's put you in a different format here. Let's put you. Oh, here's Joy. Oh, no, there goes Joy. Here's Joy.
teasing
There's
us
Joy.
now.
Nope, she's not.
She's
And let's
teasing
put
us now.
Troy as number 1 over here. There you go. That way. Hey, Bernie and Vince and Linda's here and Todd.
There she is again. She showed up.
There she is. Hi,
Sorry,
Joy.
the app crashed. Hi.
Mhm.
Are you having a little bit of a connection issue on your end, Joy?
It is. The app keeps crashing.
Ah.
But tell me something new, though. Okay, we're just picking on Haps. We're just joking.
Yeah, so I was telling Joy where I work. So I work, we're part of Seattle Lighthouse for the Blind, but they have a facility over here in and they have one in North Carolina. So working for the Seattle Lighthouse for the Blind over here in our facility, we make 70 different kinds of wallboard. We make 10 types of easels. We make the entrenching tool for the military, and we make 3 different litters for the military. The litters are the gurneys that they carry wounded on. The entrenching tool is a shovel that has the saw on it and that axe and all that stuff all on the shovel head. So all that stuff we build from raw material. So everything's raw material, and then visually impaired or totally blind, or sometimes we have sighted people too, make the product so that we can build the wallboard or build the easel or the entrenching tool or whatever we do over there. So that's where I work. So it's not bad. I've been there 12 years. That seems like a lot, but yeah, it's a lot. So being in production and stuff like that, it's okay. It's not horrible. It's just, I'd like being in the call centers where I was before.
Well, I know for me, right now I've just been kind of helping out my husband. He has the vending. He's in the Tennessee Business Enterprise. It's the program for blind vendors.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's in that. And so I've just been helping him out this year just simply because of all the craziness that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But next month, I will be teaching 3 seminar classes that is teaching kitchen skills for the blind. And so that's through the National Federation of the Blind of Tennessee. And right now I've got 57 students, which is a little daunting because I've never taught that many students, not all at once.
Yeah.
And that's through Zoom. So it's going to be definitely challenging. But hopefully after this, it will qualify to become a vendor for the state of Tennessee. So if somebody needs training, they can actually call on me as a vendor. So that's what I'm hoping anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That sounds scary. I would be scared. That's a lot of kids, a lot of students.
Well, it's all adults, and they are all had some type of visual impairment. And I'm going to have students from, who are newly blind all the way up to from blind at birth. So it's going to be challenging, to say the least. So,
well,
yes.
there was a new position offered at work, and one of the production workers got it, and it's Braille. Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh no, I cleared the screen because it was stuck.
Okay, that's fine. I was like, oh, what happened? Anyway.
That was me, sorry.
It's all good. Anyway, so this gal is going to teach Braille over over speakerphone or over video chat like Zoom. And I'm thinking, how can you teach Braille over speakerphone or video chat? That just seems really difficult for me to be able to learn from over the phone. Because I know Braille. I learned Braille about 8 years ago, but I don't remember it now. It's been 8 years since I used it, so I'm not going to know where to start. What is she going to say? Okay, turn to page 4, and I don't know what, I can turn 4 pages, but is that the correct page? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, how they do it, because one of my friends is actually doing that right now, and he's doing it. He, instead of having the 12 or the 3-week class, he's doing a 12-week class. And how they're doing it, they have all the material sent to the students. So, and then he is doing it through Zoom. But what he does is just basically, and you're right, he just has, go to page 4 or whatever, and then, start at the very top, and he describes the page. And then, because basically they're learning the alphabet from the beginning. So that's what it is just, learning the alphabet and building on what you've, learned from the previous class.
Yeah.
So in those 12 weeks, you're not going to get all of it, but you're going to get a decent base of what's going on.
Yeah. Thank you for the awards there, guys. I didn't see them until just now, but thank you.
So Joy, I have a question about your cooking class. What do you think is going to be the most challenging part with your teaching?
Probably the knife skills.
Okay.
Is probably going to be the most challenging, because if you don't have a knife, like a chef's knife, you're not going to really know the difference. And I'm going to do my best to, describe the difference between the different types of knives. One that has a serrated edge, meat cleaver, and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably going to be the most challenging.
Okay. And probably the most dangerous too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I don't know if you know, but I do a little bit of cooking on my channel, but I kind of consider myself a little ninja with my knives. I worked in my family restaurant for a very, very long time. Of course, this is back in the day. My parents are old and retired now, but I can probably cut faster than a food processor. And and to me, when I start cutting, people start getting kind of scared. They're like, oh my God, can you please slow down? You're making me very anxious. So, and definitely there's so many styles of knives. One of my favorite is the Sontoku knife. I don't know if you're familiar with that particular style. It's more of like a Japanese knife. It's called a Sontoku. I think it's Sontoku, Sontoku. And the shape of it is so multi-purposeful. And I find myself continuously going back to this one particular Sontoku knife. So that may be something interesting to look into.
I may have to check that out.
So does it have a serrated edge, or is it curved differently, or?
No, it does not have a serrated edge. It's just, let me see if I can go. You guys talk. I'm going to go and find it on the internet, and I'll post it for you guys.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. I need to try to check that out.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. So there's so many different knives out there. How do you even keep track?
Oh, I know. I've got a couple of friends who are chefs, and I know some of his knives are so expensive.
Oh yes.
You know, he's paid, $300 and more for knives.
Oh,
You know,
that's
just
not.
one.
Oh, Joy, that's not it. You want to talk expensive? They're going to the thousands per knife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
I won't pay that much for a knife. That's okay.
Where's that image that I saved?
Hello, Blake.
Yeah, but I know that, I've just got a simple knife set. And I know I talked to somebody who used to teach at the Colorado Center for the Blind, and she taught the kitchen skills. And she said, don't be surprised if you have people that's maybe never even opened a box. She said she had students who had never opened a box, and it's like, I never even thought about that because I've been cooking, for a long time. And, that just never occurred to me that, but I know that it happens, that people are so sheltered at times that, the parents just don't want to let them in the kitchen because they're afraid they're going to get hurt because they're blind.
Well, yeah,
Sighted
exactly.
people get hurt. I know sighted people who cut their fingers on knives.
Exactly.
Ow. Owie.
So this knife, Joy, it kind of looks like one of the knives that you use to cut a roast. Is kind of what it looks like, but it looks like it has what little bevels in it. Is that what you'd say, bevels?
I don't know if it's a bevel. I don't know how to describe knives.
Well,
it's usually
learn how. It's
usually, I need to work on my descriptions. You're doing pretty good. Good, Blake. Good. So it has a very ergonomic kind of a handle, and usually it's made out of wood. And then the Japanese knives, the way that they treat it's almost like there's a process when they make knives where they dip it in the oil to set it and cool and harden the blade. I forget what they call it, but it's that technique. And it's basically layers and layers and layers of steel that's been pressed. And it gives it this really gorgeous.
Is that what those marks are right there?
Yes, all those swirls, and it almost looks like how would you describe that? Kind of like they're just swirls, but it's steel that has these graphic swirls on them. Really, really pretty. And then they have little kind of like little indentations within the blades, so that when you're cutting something, let's say you're cutting an apple, it doesn't. When you lift up your knife to make the next cut, it has these bevels that it helps to release the food. So you don't have to use your other hand to try and take the other side of the food off of the blade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're not usually long. They're usually about anywhere from 8 to 10 inches. They don't usually make them long.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wow. By any chance, could you send that to me on Twitter or on Instagram?
Sure.
And either like a DM or something?
Sure.
I would love to research some of those. Those would be really nice to have.
Yeah, it kind of looks it's a different. It's not flat. It's not a flat blade. It's a flat blade, but it's not a flat surface on the side, which makes sense.
But I think if it's what I'm think it is, I do know what those look like. I don't have one of them, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So you're going to have 57 students on Zoom. That's hopefully they all have their mics muted. Because you're going to have a heck of a time running the show there with all the mics unmuted.
Yeah, that's something that we can definitely mute the mics. So that's going to be a good thing. Because that would be a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just like I don't even want to think about trying to do that with everybody, have their mics unmuted.
Yeah. Did you take a screenshot, Yoke?
Oh, yeah, Joyce is to send it to her.
Oh, that's fine. I just heard the click. I don't know how you even do. How do you do a screenshot on your desktop? I don't even know.
Oh no, I'm on my phone because I was
Oh.
I looked up Joy and then I followed her. I'm like, I was going to say I was going to ask Joy, oh, what's your Instagram? But then I'm like, oh, I'm just going to type in her full name to see if I can find her. And boom, yep, there she was. I didn't even have to ask her as we were having a full-on conversation.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy to find, I think. So
Okay, so Joy, I just sent you kind of what it looks like, and so it'll be in your Instagram, and it's actually a link. I just did a random search of brand, but this kind of just gives you an idea. So this particular one, it's a 7-inch Santoku knife. It says it's hand forged. What other description does it say? I'm not good with knife descriptions. Let's see what it says. It says the hand-forged Vulcan X Series 7-inch Santoku, Santoku knife is a knife that no kitchen should be without. A culinary perfection combining award-winning craftsmanship, cutting-edge technology, awe-inspiring design, and the absolute best materials available. Feature. Let's see. What about description? It says peak performance never looks so good to you or your wallet. Join more than 60,000 people who are now using the one and only Vulcan X series. This is too much self-promotion here. The knife cuts meat better than any electric knife. It goes through frozen food as though it were melted butter. It is so sharp it can cut through a tin can and still perfectly slice a tomato. It can even chop wood and still remain razor sharp. Well, that so does not tell us anything, does it? Ergonomically shaped, stain of rust, and a 7-inch with the handle hardness. But it's an interesting knife. I love this knife. It's so you can cut steak with it. You can cut an apple with it. It's really multi-purposeful. I love it. But I'm kind of a knife snob. Like I said, we grew up with every single knife that you could possibly imagine working in a kitchen, and growing up, it was the oddest thing, because all we had in the restaurant were cleavers. They're big, like butcher knives, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's what so if you don't know, I'm Asian, and my dad is from mainland China, from the province of Sichuan. And my mom is Taiwanese, but I was actually born and raised in Taiwan. And so growing up in the restaurant, everything was, commercial grade. There was nothing small. If you were making rice, you're making rice for, 200 people. That's when we wash a bowl of rice. So now when I make rice, I'm like, what is this? 5 cups? What do you mean 5 cups? This is absurd. I know. So, when in the restaurant, what we do is if we wanted an apple, we take an apple, we hold it in our left hand, and we take our big, huge cleaver, which is like a butcher knife, right? And we stand over this big, huge trash can, and we shave the apple. We shave it as we're kind of like tossing it in our left hand. We're shaving it with this butcher knife in our right hand, and so the skin is just flying in the air into the trash can. So my whole entire life, that's how I cut apple. So then we got married, and I'm like, I don't have a butcher knife. What am I gonna do? I don't know how to cut this apple. And my husband's like, here, use this. And I'm like, what is that? He's like, it's a paring knife. And I'm looking at this like, are you kidding me? You can't be paring an apple. You got to take, you got to like slice it, so it like flies into the air, into the sink. And it took me a long time to learn how to use a little tiny 3-inch paring knife to cut an apple.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I would have to say good luck on that, Joy, on the 57 people. And I don't know how many people you've had on your HAPS, but I don't know if you're part of the HAPS challenge or not, but maybe we can all go over there and get you your view so you can be in this contest.
I
Or
want
whatever
to
it's
try
called.
to broadcast either tomorrow or Sunday, and do the challenge, since I've still got a couple more days to do it. So
Yes, Sunday
hopefully,
Sunday night at midnight Pacific Standard Time is the end of it.
yeah.
So
Yep.
anyway, I don't know
So
if go ahead.
Blake says, have you ever heard of a Nakiri? Nakiri, a Nakiri knife?
Not I.
No.
Not me. So, Troy, I don't know if you've been keeping an eye on your numbers, but you have 460 live viewers. So I think you know what you are, Troy. I always knew this about you. I had a hunch. You're such a stinking overachiever.
Well,
they only wanted 250, and here you go, blasting them out with 465.
I just wanted people to know that there's sports out there for blind people, because a lot of sighted people say, "Oh no, it's just a joke. Blind people don't play sports." Oh yeah, really?
Well, that's how I met.
Up in Canada, they have blind ice hockey up in Canada.
What?
Blind
Which would be
ice
really
hockey
fun.
in Canada.
They also well, the puck beeps.
Yeah, the pucks have a hole in them, so when they hit the puck, it whistles like just like you whistle a whistle. It makes a whistling sound.
Now you know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to go look this up on YouTube.
But yeah, they
Now,
do. Yeah, they're big on that up there, I guess.
well, hockey's huge though in
Yes.
Canada. So.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's huge in Canada. I have an ice hockey ring right behind where I work, but I don't know how to ice skate for one. And I'm not very good. I don't have very good balance, so balancing on little blades, and that'd be a little dangerous for me and people around me.
So Blake says blind people can do a lot of things, and that's awesome. That's awesome. Also, M from Canada too. That's Blake.
Oh, yeah.
What
And
province, Blake? And so, Joy, I'll tell you, the first time I met Troy here, he comes into my broadcast. I'm kind of new on the platform, and we're talking, and then he's like, "Yeah, look up Beep Baseball," and I'm like, "That sounds kinky. I don't know what that is." And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna look that up." And then we're talking. He's like, "No, look up. You look up Beep Baseball." I'm like, "What the heck? There's no such." He's like, "It's Beep Baseball. Beep Baseball." And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna look it up. It's probably gonna, like, some porn site's probably gonna pop up. I ain't looking. I ain't doing a search because I'm gonna get that on my search history." And he's like, "No, go on YouTube. Go check it out. And I'm like, so the next day, right? I'm like, do I even want to? What am I gonna see? And it was Beep Baseball, and I was so like, what? I never knew anything like this ever existed. And to see all these guys coming together, men and women come together and do their rah cheer, and when they win, they all kind of do this huddle. Like, I'm like, what? This is just incredible. What a great place and idea to let them know, well, you're no more different than someone that has perfect eyes, perfect eyesight. And I'm like, whoa, this is super cool. So Troy came over and of course we had to interview him. I'm like, well, what about this? And what about that? Well, can you explain this? I don't know anything about this. The other thing that he said to me that's always stuck was like when you go to a restaurant and the waiter brings you a plate of food, instead of just putting it in front of you and you're going, okay, well, where is everything, right? Like the waiter tells him, okay, your chicken is at 6 o'clock. Your mashed potatoes are at 9 o'clock. You know, where it, and tells him where and so then in his mind, he knows exactly where everything is. Like, you know, we never think about stuff like that. And it is so helpful because of my conversation with Troy that when I do go out and I see someone that is visually impaired and I can, you know, instead of going, you know, just grabbing their hand and saying, oh, here, you know, do this and do that. You know, I should explain to them first so that they can prepare for it because they may not be up for you just leading them. And so I learned all kinds of stuff from Troy.
And there's a lot of sighted people out there, and I don't know if Joy has had that, but I have. I mean, not a lot, but there's several. You know, and they'll just grab onto my arm and, oh, let's go this way. Hold on here. Where are we going? You know, where are we going? Hold on. I've gotten run into a couple doors and, you know, stuff like that.
Have you gone through that too, Joy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, and that's the crazy thing. You know, I have been trying to be led someplace and it's like, wait a minute. I'm not going there.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, they think you're going one place, but you're actually going the opposite way of where they're leading you to.
Right.
So then you have double time going back.
But on behalf of you know sighted people, we don't know any better. We think we're helping. So we don't know until you tell us, like, you know, you have to educate us, you have to make us aware. And that's why Troy's channel is so important because I learned tons from him. And, you know, like for me, I would have just been like, oh, you're lost here, just take my hand. And I would just, you know, come with me, you know, kind of drag him around like a 2-year-old, right? But indeed, it's very offensive that way, you know, but I didn't know that until yeah, it can be, but I didn't know that until I, you know, met Troy.
But you know, let's say one of my friends, I mean, she's totally blind. All she could see is like it's just like a fishbowl, a dirty fishbowl, is what she says it is. You know, and you know, I'll just tell her to grab onto me because I know because when we're doing fundraising and stuff like that for Sports for the Blind, I know where we need to go. I know how to guide her, right? Because we did it so much over the past years. She'll just grab onto my elbow and then we'll just go, you know. And she trusts that I'm not going to run her into a door, or, you know, upstairs or downstairs or, you know, whatever. But when you don't know somebody, it's kind of sketchy. You know?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever, Troy and Joy, have either of you ever had an experience like something like that where you had trusted someone to help and then you ended up in a predicament and you're just like, what's going on?
I still have quite a bit of sight left but I can't see the small stuff, you know. When I go from dark to light and light to dark, that's my most vulnerable time because my eyes don't dilate. They stay the same all the time. So that's the most vulnerable time is going that way. So I have, but I don't remember the situation.
Okay. What about you, Joy?
Oh yeah. When I was working in Nashville, I worked at I don't know if y'all know TPAC, Tennessee Performing Arts Center in Nashville. And it's downtown Nashville. And I had to take a lift. and I was coming back to the building because I worked in the Polk building. And we got out of the car, and the driver was like, "Oh, let me help you across the street." And he was on my right side, but he walked me right out in front of a car. And I mean, how he didn't see the car is beyond me. I don't know, but the car almost hit me. And thankfully, one of my friends was like on the other side, and she was, oh my gosh, she was so mad.
Yeah.
She was just like, I mean, because the car had to slam on the brakes, and, but things like that, because I just naturally trusted that he was going to get me across the street safely. And that wasn't the case. So, regardless of if you know somebody, you still have to listen, because, in Nashville, oh my gosh, I've been hit almost twice when I was in Nashville, and it was awful, but, and one of those, well, both of them was, other than the guy walking me out in front of the car, you just have to be really careful and be alert. And I was in San Francisco for a week, and I don't think I had as much trouble in San Francisco as I did downtown Nashville.
Really?
I really don't.
San Francisco's crazy.
It is very crazy.
So like, Troy, you use a walking stick sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about like seeing eye
I have
dog?
a guide dog as well.
Yeah, guide dog.
Yeah, I have a guide dog as well. His name is Niklaus. I do have a tattoo of him on my arm. He's out in the living room right now.
And what about you, Joy? Do you have a guide dog too? Oh yeah. Oh, you have a tattoo. You have a tattoo of it on your left, on the inside of your arm, inside of your elbow. That's what he's showing. Hey, Steven.
Trying to get closer.
Thank you for asking. Good, Michael. Good.
He's sideways, but yeah.
Yeah. So, Troy just got naked and showed his left arm. You don't have to take off all your clothes, Troy. Just
my coat.
That would have been fine, but that's okay.
Where did you get him?
I got him from Guide Dogs of America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Southern California.
Wait.
Yeah, in Selma, California.
Yes.
So when you get a guide dog, is that something that the foundation gives and the train and then they give free of charge, or is that something you have to pay?
Well, so there's several different guide dog schools. I went with Guide Dogs of America because, one, when you graduate, they sign the dog over to you, and you're responsible for it, which I feel if you got a dog, a guide dog, whatever, you got an animal, you should be able to take care of that animal. Surgeries, food, whatever needs to be done. There's other schools that you can apply to be the owner of the dog after a year, and some will accept it and some don't. Anyway, that's one reason I went there, is because of that, because I don't feel that I should have to call the school and say, hey, Niklaus needs to have a whatever done. I should be able to just pay for it. Now, if I needed to, I can always send them down to the guide dog school, and they have a clinic there, and then, a veterinary clinic there, and they can do whatever they need to do, and then that's that. But with Guide Dogs of America, what they do is they call the puppy raisers at 4 or 5, 6 weeks, whatever it is. I don't even know, however early. And they say, so you're a puppy raiser. I'm the school. I'm calling you. Okay. Your litter letter is in. So come up with 3 names, the letter in, give me a call back, and then we'll see if any of those are used, and if not, we'll choose one, and then that will be the guide dog name. Okay. So Niklaus, there's only one Niklaus in the whole guide dog school, since he's an active guide dog. So there's no other Niklaus. There might be for another school, but not for Guide Dogs of America. So once he retires, then Niklaus can be used again. So the puppy raisers have them from 6 to 8 weeks old until a year and a half. And in that time, they go back to the school every month to do these tasks. And if they don't pass these tasks, they get rehomed to other places like drug sniffing dogs, all that, whatever. They get rehomed to other things. So 50% of the school, 50% of the dogs aren't guide dogs. They get rehomed. So a guide dog is a very special dog.
Yeah.
Very special commands, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so they go back to the school at 18 months old, and then they're trained there with the trainers for 6 months. So 2 years old is when I got Niklaus, is when he just turned 2 years old. So I've had him for going on 5 years now.
Okay.
So,
so Troy, this is all fascinating because this was probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. And I had taken my shower, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm kind of tired, but not so much that I'm going to fall asleep quite yet. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to put up some, I'm going to just turn on Netflix, put my earbuds on. There's actually a documentary on Netflix about guide dogs and how they train them as a puppy, and not every single, they pick the best of the litter, and not every single puppy will pass and graduate. And I was so glued to this because of ever since I met you, I was like, stayed up until like 4 o'clock in the morning watching. I woke up and I got panda eyes. I got dark circles under my eyes. And I'm just like, wow, this is so fascinating. And it was a documentary, and it was from Netflix. And the amount of discipline and tasks that these dogs must learn, and they have these like courses, like, okay, there's a car coming, and they would purposely tell the owner to tell the dog to go, but the dog should know that there's a car there, and the dog will just stop and he will not move even the owner tells him to go. So it's stuff like that. I'm like, wow, that was fascinating. And not, like you said, not every puppy gets to graduate.
No. Now, I don't know. Did you say you had a dog or not?
I don't have a dog. My husband has a retired guide dog. He was a big old white fluffy lab with this big pink nose. But he is retired now. And I don't know, he's debated on getting another one. And so that's kind of up in the air right now. But I know when I was in San Francisco, I actually went to the Lighthouse in downtown San Francisco. They partnered with Guide Dogs for the Blind, and I did a very intense week of training it's a mobility training that was geared towards a guide dog. So, because in Tennessee, I couldn't find any help because I knew I needed mobility training. I never had really any formal mobility training. And I literally searched the country from one end to the other to find this program, and it was all expense paid.
Wow.
So I actually got to go to San Francisco and train with the trainer for a week, which 2 days of it, and I'm talking like, 6-7 hours a day of on the streets of San Francisco training.
Wow.
Or in San Rafael too. But then we did Juno training, which the instructor would hold a leash and simulate a guide dog. And then on Thursday and Friday, I actually got to go to Guide Dogs for the Blind in San Rafael.
Mm.
and actually got to work with my very first guide dog. And just having that harness in my hand and being able to walk that free, that fast.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was in tears and I was saying to myself, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't cry, don't cry.
It is amazing how fast
It's
you can walk. I mean, I could walk with Nick Klaus, and we usually walk about, probably about 4 to 5 miles an hour.
yeah.
Pretty fast. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we can get to where we're going. I can tell him, okay, let's go to the store, you know, and he knows how to get to the store. He knows how to get to work. He knows how to get home. He knows
what,
you know, and then he knows where I've taught him to stop. He knows that. And it's really good because I don't fall in any potholes around here, and I don't hit any poles on the road or on the sidewalk, because those poles hurt.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, you were talking about the cars and stuff, and when I was training with the guide dog, it was kind of funny because I was trying to listen for the traffic in that first day that you actually had the dog in hand. I was really nervous. And, you know, I started to go. The dog stopped. She wouldn't let me go. And the trainer was like, I was just trying to test you. And it was like, yeah, and I failed. But he was like, just listen to your ears.
Yeah.
You know, and because the dog sometimes will not always be correct. So you have to stay on your toes. You can't just, you know, let the dog, you know, have the steering wheel and go.
Exactly.
You know, but for the most part, if you have a good guide dog, there's no problems.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with Niklaus. And once I got out of school, you know, I'm basically the trainer for him, right?
Yeah.
He basically, so now he knows find the button means find the crosswalk button, so I can hit the button to go across the street, you know, and he knows that part. He knows different things that I taught him, and he still does them and stuff like that. So it's really a different atmosphere when you have a dog compared to a cane.
Oh yeah.
You walk a lot slower with a cane, because over here in Spokane, there's a bunch of cracks in the sidewalk and then the roads and everything, and you get it jabbed in your gut half the time.
Oh yeah.
It's like a hockey stick when you go into the boards. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's.
Let me tell you a quick little story about the cane and the cracks in the sidewalk. Several years ago, because in 07, I went back to college to finish my degree. And it was like, I don't know, a couple years later, I was trying to rush across campus to get to my next class because you've got 10 minutes to, you know, run across campus. So I was almost at a dead run trying to get to my next class. I swiped my cane to the left. The tip got caught in a hole, and I literally flipped over my cane.
Oh gosh.
And landed on my butt. Was not a perfect landing by no means. Now
it wasn't a 10. You didn't nail it, Joy?
I did not nail it. Did not. But now I wish somebody had had that on camera, because I can laugh about it now. It hurt like the dickens when it happened. But you know, I hurt my back doing it. But I can really laugh about it now because it had to be funny. Because I mean, I turned a somersault over my cane. So.
Well, and you know, a lot of people, I don't know about Joy, but a lot of the blind people that I hang out with, we tell a lot of blind jokes. It's not, there's some of them that don't agree with it, but mean, it's a blind joke. I mean, come on. I mean, it's not about you specifically. It's about pretty much the whole blind population, you know? I don't know. It's some people take real bad offense to it, but everybody I hang out with pretty much is they throw them at me, I throw them back at them, you know, and then that's that. But
Oh yeah.
you can't hold a grudge about something that you can't change, I guess, is what my big thing is.
Yeah, but I think your attitude is just so positive about it, you know, instead of the, oh, you know, I kind of got the short end of the stick or whatever. You're like, I remember when you came on my channel, we were talking about it. You're Troy. He's very like headstrong. He's like, no, I can do everything that you can do, everything, all of it.
I can. I didn't have to modify it, but I can do it.
Yeah, he was saying that he was building things using the saw. I'm like, you're using the saw? What do you mean you're using the saw? You can't be using the saw. That's dangerous.
Oh, George Wetzel. Wetzel, I think is how you pronounce his name. Check him out. He's the Subaru guy. I don't know if you saw the Subaru ad that was, I guess it's been a year or so ago, that the blind guy was like leading this couple to like this remote area to do a sightseeing thing. But George actually worked for the Lighthouse teaching woodworking. And he has built absolutely gorgeous furniture. But he actually moved from San Francisco to Greenville, Tennessee, which is like 20 minutes from my hometown. So
yeah,
very cool.
Well, there's a totally blind guy at my work, totally blind. He I have a couple of his cutting boards out in the kitchen. I never use them because they're so nice.
Oh wow, thanks, Troy. You're gonna send it to me? You're so sweet. And you're gonna send one to Troy too? You're awesome. We love you. Thanks, Troy.
You want the bigger one or the smaller one? He's totally blind, and he's 67 years old, and he makes cutting boards out of walnut and walnut and some other wood, and then he glues them together, and then sands them down, and they're all smooth and all flat and all that stuff. And it's just, he sells them for like $70, but
yep, that's price just right.
Is, I mean, for a good cutting board, that's not bad. You can go.
It's handmade, handcrafted. Yes.
Yeah.
They'll run anywhere from 70 to about 100, 150, 175, depending on the size.
Yeah. I can go out and let me go out while you guys talk. I'm going to go out and see if I can get one. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll show it to you.
Oh, so wait, Troy, before you leave, you're at 553 live viewers. So you're good.
Okay. I'll be right back.
So Joy, I have a question about your eyesight. When were you born with it, or was it from an accident? And how much percentage, if at all, of sight do you have?
Up until I was about 9 years old, I had 20/20 vision. And then from age 9 to 11, I went from 20/20 vision to legally blind.
Oh.
And I have an eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa. Well, I actually have two. The other one's cone rod dystrophy. And it leveled off for a long time. And then several years ago, it just started progressing. And it's actually in the downward spiral again of going. But I've been legally blind since I was 11.
Okay. Can you see shades?
Sometimes, because it varies. It actually fluctuates from day to day.
Got it.
There sometimes it just looks like I'm looking just a complete gray fog.
Okay.
But I know in my left eye, it was my better eye, but now I'm getting some major blind spots in it.
Mhm.
So, and now they just call it light perception.
Phone so they can put the light on.
Wow. I can't imagine having sight up until you were 9, and then having within what span of about 2 years, it just started getting worse and worse. So I mean, I can't imagine how scary that was. And Troy is back. Troy is showing us the cutting board that he's giving us, by the way. Joy.
Awesome.
Can you see it?
Yes, we see.
But this is made by a totally blind person.
Yes, you have to explain it, Troy.
So he has count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of wood. One kind of wood and 6 pieces of wood of the other kind. I think it's maple and oak or something. And then it has a round handle so you could hang it or carry it around or whatever. And on the back side, it's just so it catches all the juices. If you cut on this side,
Mm-hmm.
it's all smooth, everything like that. So.
You know what that kind of reminds me? It reminds me of one of those collapsible footstool. Those little plastic collapsible footstools.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
thought about it that way, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to explain this to Joy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the more descriptive you get, the better off. I mean, I know Joy probably remembers the color blue and all that stuff when she was able to see. She could probably remember all those colors and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
A lot of my friends, that's they've seen when they were kids, and then they got worse when they got older.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
So what is your biggest challenge day to day? Like getting up in the morning, what is the biggest challenge?
you want to go first, Joy? I don't really.
Troy's like, I can do everything. By the way, Troy's like, I can do everything. Everything. He's drilled that into me already.
I
I'll
think
give it
just
a
the
hell of a
biggest
try if not.
challenge, because overall, other than like reading a box direction or something, the only really major challenge that we have is transportation.
Mm.
And that's like the biggest. I think that's the biggest issue that we have.
Well, is Joy, is your husband, is he visually impaired too?
He is.
Okay. So it's not like so you're both cannot drive then.
Correct.
My significant other, she has macular degeneration, and she doesn't drive, and I don't drive. But I did buy a truck. I do have a truck.
Oh, you're gonna give me the truck and the cutting board now too?
You wouldn't want the truck. It's go to the junk.
I'm kidding.
Well,
Anyway.
we have a minivan and a large box truck, but yet he can't drive either one of them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But it's easier to find a driver than it is to find a truck and a driver.
That's true. If you supply, it's like what they say with the baseball field, right? If you build it, it will come.
It's much easier to find a driver than it is to find a truck and a driver.
That's so true. That's so true.
Troy, let me ask you this. I know that I've got several kitchen gadgets, and I may do a broadcast on what I've got on like accessible technology for the kitchen. Is there anything that you all find challenging that in the kitchen or cleaning that would make it a little easier?
Well, what we've done for our stove is we put little marks, or little dots on the, like on the 450, on the 400 and 350, and all that kind of stuff. The up, down, the on, off, bake, that type of stuff. And then we put on the microwave dots on the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and the start and the stop. I mean, it's just you just have to use what you got, I guess. We don't have any of the. We have the big measuring spoons that have the big print on them. Trying to think what else we got. We don't have any of the things that you put on the side of your cup, and when it gets up to the level where it's full, where it beeps, we don't have any of those. I don't remember what they're called.
Level. Let's see, what are they called? Actually, I just got one for my class. I've not used it yet and tried it out.
Yeah.
But I do have one for the class. And I did get the Braille measuring cups in their large print too, and the spoons as well. And just got a meat thermometer that talks.
I saw something on an infomercial, I think it was the internet, I don't remember. It's how you do your turkey and you put a thermometer in there, check the temperature of the turkey. This one you put into the turkey, leave it in there, and you set it on your iPhone or Android, and you can set it to whatever temperature, and it will alarm your iPhone or Android that the inside of your turkey or meat is to that temperature.
Oh,
Right.
I would like to have one of those.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to, sorry to interrupt. I'm going to invite Yankee Woman Kim. Yankee Woman Kim is also visually impaired too.
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead. You can see the chat. I can't. I can't.
Oh yeah, she said hello from New Orleans.
New Orleans.
I've known Kim for a while now. I actually met her from Periscope. She's very, very, very nice. She's a little bit sassy, so you watch out for her.
Can't be too sassy for me.
But I also do have a kitchen scale too that talks.
So Joy, when you were talking about the measuring cup and stuff, and Troy too, when you were talking about the measuring cup, I looked it up and they have a talking measuring cup.
A talking one?
They do.
Yeah.
But yeah. I've known some people that did not like that one.
No.
So
I've never had one. I didn't even know they had
out of that one.
I didn't even know they had one. Does she know how to get on to the broadcast?
Yeah, Kim knows. Kim knows.
Okay. So what else you got in the kitchen then, Joy?
And these are some of the things I bought for the class because I didn't have a lot of accessible stuff. I would just kind of improvise. But I do have these little silicone, oh shoot, what are they called? Oven rack guards that goes on the end of the oven rack. So when you reach in, sometimes you can like touch the end of the rack and it will, burn you. These are supposed to not do that. So that I've got those too. And I've got, the long oven mitts, and I've got some finger guards because some people may not be comfortable just using a knife
Yeah.
without a finger guard.
Mhm.
So I did get some of those to show people. But I want to be able to like teach the class where you can go into any kitchen if necessary and cook a meal.
Yeah. And some of the stuff for me, like the measuring, they have the plastic measuring, I guess, cup that has lines.
Yeah.
You know, I have a sighted person take a marker and have them mark, you know, 1 cup, 2 cups, cup and a half, you know, all the different marks so I can see the mark. Because some of the marks are so thin that I can't see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Troy, so you're gonna have to explain this to Joy. I just found this, and this is called the tactile measuring jug. And the manufacturer is the Royal National Institute of Blind People, the RNIB. And it says it's a measuring jug with tactile gauge designed so that the user can feel when the contents reach a certain level. Comprises of plastic jug with a handle, a jug designed to fit the RNIB talking scales, gauge clips inside the jug so the user can feel when the ingredients reach their desired measure, resting lip on the spout, dishwasher, microwave safe, pints, milliliters, and fluid ounces displayed in print. This is kind of a cool looking.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
It's like a big. It's kind of like a big mixing bowl with a handle, and it has a blue. I guess it's the talking part. It's a blue.
Well, the thing on the side, the little thing on the side, it's like this. It looks like a little clip that you just kind of clip on the edge, and then the outside of it has all these lines, and then it also has braille.
Mm-hmm. I don't see the braille. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they can use that for a cooking show.
Haha.
Yeah. Hey, I do have a 6-cup measuring. It's not a jug, but it's holds 6 cups anyway.
That's nice and big, 6 cups.
Oh yeah. Because sometimes I use that when I'm making my potato soup. So.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking to see, you know, what other gadgets they have for the visually impaired. And I'm quite surprised that they don't have more like easier, like inventive, like inventions, I mean. Why can't we come up with something?
I kind of have not in the cooking aspect, but in my shed for my saws and stuff like that. I have stuff set up in there. The guy that made the cutting board, he has basically jigs set up for his cuts, and his sanders and all that kind of stuff. So, but you also, he has to have a sighted person there as well to make sure that he doesn't cut himself because he had a saw go through his finger.
Oh.
He's not allowed to run the saw by himself anymore.
Oh.
One of my friends last year got his finger cut off by a saw.
Oh no. Oh.
And he was sighted.
all kinds of. I'm very careful with my saw. I don't rush things. That's for sure.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh, what'd you say, Kim? Is she coming in?
I don't know what happened to Kim. Kim, are you? I don't know what happened to Yankee Woman Kim.
You said she. When I looked in the chat, it said lost you.
Yeah, she. I guess she was trying to cam up, but then she never did. So she may be gone already, though. She could be having wonky connection because they get pretty bad storms over where she lives.
Oh.
I mean, they've gone. Sometimes they'll go days without electricity, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. So I don't know.
There you are.
It's getting to 8:30, so I don't know if you want to get on your own broadcast or what. But
Kim says, "I am so sorry. Problem getting in." Listen, Kim, you just need to kick down the door. What did I teach you?
Kick down the door.
No worries, Kim. So listen, Troy, you are live viewers. You are at 615. So now you're just showing off at this point.
Yeah.
And then, so I think maybe we can cam down if that is okay with you. And then Joey can start up her broadcast so that, do it sooner than later. When you have the time, do it now because January 31st is going to come around and you may have something around the corner that you're like last minute I need to take care of. So Joy, if you do have the opportunity now, I suggest go ahead and start a broadcast and we'll come in and, we'll try and get your numbers up so that you're going to, you can hit that minimum of 250.
I probably won't do it tonight.
Okay.
Just simply, I was actually getting ready to go to bed when I was like, come on. I was like, oh, I'll jump on. I've been dealing with a pinched nerve in my back. So it's just
ow. Does heat help the pinched nerve?
I've used heat. I've used ice, TENS unit, back massager.
Oh yeah, the TENS unit.
Anything I can. Yeah.
Did you hang upside down on monkey bars?
I'm sorry?
Did you hang upside down on monkey bars?
I kind of hung upside down. I didn't have any monkey bars, but I did hang upside down.
Thanks for the award, Kim.
So yeah, I mean.
So wait, what helps? What helps your pinched nerve on your back?
A little bit of rest, but I've tried to stretch, do my physical therapy exercises.
Okay.
And the crazy part about it was I had stopped doing my exercises for a while, so my stomach muscles has gotten a little weak.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day I did some planks, and where the planks is where I'm on my elbows and on my toes. And if my stomach muscles are not strong enough, it always messes with the because I've got bulging disc in my back too. So that's what always flares it up.
So that's when you really got to work it though, Joy. You said you got a husband, right? So that's when you got to work it. You're going to be like, no, honey, I need a 2-hour massage right now.
Oh, he's been really
and bring me some chocolate covered strawberries too. That would make me feel so much better.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, no worries about camming up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go on social media this weekend. I have a pretty busy weekend, and so we'll see how that goes. If I get a chance, I'll try it. If I see you live, I'll try and pop in at least.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think I have you on my subscribed list. I don't know. I'd have to look. But
Joy, are you able to type in, like, throw in some emojis or whatever into the comments so that people can click on your comments and follow you?
I don't know if I can right now because my screen is not even reading at this moment.
Okay, so let me see. At Joy.
And I don't know why.
Joy.
But it's not even reading at this moment.
Okay, hold on.
Well, hopefully you get all that fixed, coming up. But
okay,
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so. That's the one thing about Periscope. For the most part, it was, pretty accessible.
And then you too, Troy. Throw up your emojis just in case there's some replay viewers or something like that.
so, there was another guy on Periscope, the blind Periscope.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Well, I haven't been over to Periscope in a long time, but is he even on there anymore?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I've not seen him. I actually stopped interacting with him
Well,
because he just got too rude, and it was like, I'm not dealing with you.
Joy, just give it to us straight up. Don't sugarcoat it now.
it's been a long time since I've been on Periscope. It's probably been a good year and a half.
Oh gosh. Oh
I mean, I've been on it, but it's just been. There's a lot of people on there that just are too many trolls.
Mhm.
I don't like trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
Anyway.
it's pretty minimized here on this, on this app. They seem like they got a pretty good crew on board, so they're always watching out for the broadcasters and the viewers as well. So I think this is much better environment.
So my phone number is on Sports for the Blind website, just so you know, if you go to contact us. So if you wanted to text me, Joy, you can text me and tell me that you're going live, and then I can jump on.
Are you also on Twitter? You're on Twitter though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter under Sports for the Blind.
Okay. Do
The
you check
number
your
4.
DMs or anything?
Has to be the number 4 though, not
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
everything Sports for the Blind is the number 4.
Yeah, sports for the number 4, the blind.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds good, Troy.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on and all that, Joy, and you.
You're
can have a
welcome.
good night if you don't go live.
Thank you for having us. And
I didn't go on, but I just thought I might as well give it a try.
and stop trying to show me up. You got 633 viewers now, live viewers. Debbie's here.
Yeah, you get more than that. Okay, guys.
Debbie, we're leaving. Hi and bye. She's like, damn it, I just got here. Deb, follow Troy. This way. Follow Troy right there. Sports for the Blind. And then follow Joy. Joy's down. Oh shoot, it's that way. Go. Deb, hi Deb. Deb, follow Joy. She's down this one. This is Joy. Follow Joy too.
Hi, Deb. Hi.
Okay, hi, bye. We gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, are you ready? Can you end the broadcast?
Wait, hold on. Yankee Woman K she has one last thing to squeak in there. I tried to get in, but it would not work for me. I apologize. Thank you very much for the invite. I wish I could have talked. You know what, Kim? Next time we'll get you. Okay, we'll get you next time. And in terms of ending the broadcast, Troy, that has to be done on your end. So if you are in Broadcast Studio, it is in the upper right corner and it says end. So here's the thing. Okay, Broadcast Studio.
Yeah.
If you do not physically hit the end broadcast button and you just decide that you're going to close down your internet, we can still hear you for the next 2 minutes. So don't be farting or anything.
Oh man.
I heard that last time. I'm just kidding.
I went to a different tab earlier. I went to a different tab, the YouTube tab. And then I came back to the tab that I was supposed to be on, and I was out of the broadcast studio. I don't know what happened, but so I had to go back in there. This is my third time of going back in.
Oh, you may have just accidentally X'd yourself out. Oh, so here's another thing about Broadcast Studio too. For Joy, like if you haven't used it, if you accidentally got kicked out, you have the next 2 minutes to come back into your own broadcast. It's not like Periscope. If you get kicked out, you're done. Right here, if you accidentally close your window or whatever, you have 2 minutes to get right back into your own broadcast, which is kind of cool.
It is cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice feature though, because yeah, when you get out of Periscope or any other live, that's done. You're done.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure.
Over when I was gone, so it didn't really do anything. Yeah, I mean, you were still here.
Yes.
And I was gone. So
yes, that's kind of a cool feature. So Troy, make sure you hit the end broadcast button on the upper right corner.
I will do that. Okay. You guys have a good evening, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a wonderful night. Bye, bye, bye.